So you guys know yesterday and the homework that we were just going over, we had, I gave you the slope and I gave you a point and we had to write the equation, right? Today I'm just giving you 2 points and we have to write the equation. Okay, so we're actually going to be using 2 different formulas. The first one is y-intercept form. What's y-intercept form? Oh my gosh, Alyssa and Ellen know it. Who else knows it? Y equals? mx plus b. Good. Plus b. Intercept, label it please. Okay, what's m? M is slope. What's b? Good, y-intercept. Okay. Okay, we also need to be able to use the slope formula. Will somebody go back and look in their notes and tell me what the slope formula is?
Y equals
that
mx
was
plus
in...
b.
No, that's slope-intercept form. I want the slope formula. So m equals?
M
equals y.
M equals
What lesson are you looking at?
vertical change.
Vertical change over horizontal change.
Yeah.
Rise over run. Or, if I give you 2 points, y1 minus y2 over? There you go. Okay, so we subtract the y's and then we divide it by the difference of the x's, right? So we take the y's and subtract them, and we take the x's and subtract them. And what's the most important thing that we do here is that we do them in the same order, right? I use the same point first for x's and the same point first for y's. So we need to make sure that we subtract in the same order. Will you guys write that at the top of your notes, because we're going to be using it for all of the examples. Okay, so looking at finding the equation of a line with 2 points. So we have a couple steps we need to do. The first thing we're going to do is we need to find the slope between the 2 points. So I'm just giving you 2 points. That's it. But when we were finding the equations, we were always given slope, right?
Yes.
So we first need to find what the slope is using the slope formula. Step 2, we're going to plug in the slope that we found and one of the points, just like we did on the homework last night. So, and one of the points. It does not matter which one. You can pick whichever one you want. Okay? We're going to solve for what's always missing when we plug them in?
B.
The b, right? So we need to solve for b here. So we're going to then have the slope. We have solved for b, which is the y-intercept. So we can rewrite the equation using the slope and y-intercept. Okay, so this is pretty much exactly what we were doing yesterday, except there's one more step involved, which is actually finding the slope. Okay, so for these notes, we need to make sure that we show all of our work. We need to make sure that it's neat so that I can look back on your homework and be able to tell what you did. Okay? So let's look at example 1. Okay. We have 2 points, 5, 7, and 3, 4. And I want you guys to change that 7 to an 8. I made a typo there, and 8 is going to make it a little bit nicer for us. Okay? So we have our 2 points are 5, 8, and 3, 4. Okay, so our first step is to find the slope between those 2 points. So we need to use that slope formula. Subtract the y's, and then divide it by subtracting the x's. So m equals. And which one did I always use first, guys? The right-hand point or the left-hand point? The right one. It really, yeah, so 4 minus 8 divided by 3 minus 5. Good. Okay. So we have our y's, and then we're subtracting them, and then we put it over our x's that we are subtracting. Remember this? Okay. What is 4 minus 8? Negative 4. Over? Negative 2. Can I reduce this? Yes.
Negative 2.
Wait a second. A negative divided by negative is a positive. So it's positive 2. And what I would like you to do is put a bubble around this so that we don't lose it, okay? You can bubble it, box it, don't really care, but don't lose it. That's not it. That was step 1. We found the slope. So step 2, we need to take this slope and we pick one of those points and plug it into the slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So now we're doing exactly what we just did on the homework last night. We have the slope and we have the points. Which point do you guys want to use? 5, 7 or 3, 4? It does not matter. You can use either one. I would pick 3, 4 because the numbers are a little smaller. Okay? So I tend to go with the numbers that are smaller because it makes my work a little shorter. If somebody wants to do 5, 8 and see if they get the same answer as me, you guys can do that too. Okay? So is anybody going to want to pick 5, 8? Okay, Keely and Tommy, you guys do 5, 8. The rest of us will do 3, 4, and we'll see if we get the same answer. Okay? So we plug it in. What's y here? 3 is x and 4 is y. So y, 4 equals m, which is 2, times 3, that's our x, plus b. Okay, so that is 4 equals, 2 times 3 is 6 plus b. Subtract 6 from both sides. So that gives me b equals -2. Put a bubble around that one so we don't lose it.
Wait, so it's just the opposite of the other answer?
Not always, it just worked out that way.
Oh.
You got -2? Did you get -2?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we got the same answer no matter which point we used. You can pick either one. I always go with the smaller. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
When we re-plug it in, we do y equals mx
Plus.
plus -2.
Close. Now we need to replug this in to the slope-intercept form. Now we did it specifically for 3, 4, but we want the general equation, so that means we have to go back to y equals m, which is 2, x, and the b is -2. So that's my equation.
Oh, so you don't plug it in?
We did. We plugged in -2 here.
No, but you don't have to.
Okay. So example 2, your points are +2, -2, and -3, +8. Step is to find the slope. Alyssa, what do I need to do?
Oh, sorry.
8 minus -2. All over.
-3 minus -2.
+2. There you go. Okay. So then we have minus and negative turns into what?
Positive.
Positive.
So it's going to be 10.
Okay, so that is 10 over -5, which reduces to -2. Okay. All right. Next step. Tommy.
Okay, so I did, which one did I do? I did -3 and 8.
Okay, you did -3 and 8. Okay.
So, since 8 is our y, we're going to go 8 equals
8 equals
-2.
Uh-huh.
Or 2 parentheses -3
Good.
plus b.
Mm-hmm.
And then -2 and -3, that's +6.
Okay, so 8 equals +6.
Plus b.
Okay.
And then you're going to subtract
Mm-hmm.
both sides, and then you're going to get -2. Or 2.
B
sorry.
equals +2. Good.
Yes, sorry, no, -2.
Okay, so for my slope I got -2. For my y-intercept I got +2. Everybody still good?
Yes.
Okay. No, you will not always get the opposite. It just worked out in these two examples that way.
I got
Okay? So it will not always be this way, I promise.
y equals
On what?
Yeah, the beginning.
This part?
Yeah, I messed up on that too, but I know what I got.
Okay. Okay, we got M and we got B, so now what?
Okay, I got y equals 2x plus 2.
Hold on. Your slope is not +2, it's what?
Positive 2. No, negative.
-2.
Oh, you have to plug that one.
Yes,
I
yes,
thought
yes.
you had to plug in B.
No. The M is what's in front of the X, so that's this part right here.
Oh,
The B is right here, so
Okay.
+2.
So -2 x plus 2.
Okay? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that make sense now? It's confusing because I had two twos in there. Okay? All right.
I did.
Okay, example 3, we are going to see questions like this. Write a linear function in slope-intercept form for the data below. What are these really? I have x and a y. All of these are just, they're not slopes, they're coordinate points. They're pairs, right? We could put parentheses around each of these, and they would just be points. Okay, now this might look intimidating because they give us 1, 2, 3, 4 different points. But how many do we really need for each of the problems? How many have we been using?
3.
Oh,
2.
Just 2, right? In example 1 and 2, we just got 2
I was
points.
thinking 3 on this.
So even though they give us 4 points, we only need to pick 2 of them. And it does not matter which ones we pick.
Let's use the first 2.
Why do you want to use the first 2?
Because
Because they're
they're
the smallest. So I'm going to use this point and this point. Okay? So now we just go through all the steps that we just did in examples 1 and 2. So first step, I need to find the slope. So let's plug it in. That is m equals. You can use any 2 you want. Okay? It's y's on top first, so why don't we do 7 minus 3 over, what are the x's? 4 minus 2. Good.
Wait, where did you get 7 minus 3? Aren't those both y?
Right. They're supposed to be both y's. We're using the slope formula. Okay. It does not matter which ones you pick. Let's rewrite these, Brandon. 2, 3, right? That's this one. And this one is 4, 7. Okay? Is that better? Okay. You're done?
So, if you picked any
the top, we got 2. So we're using that one.
Yeah. So what we did was we found the slope. We just picked 2 points. We picked one of those points and plugged it back in to solve for b, which we got as -1. And then we just took our slope and plugged it in, and we took our y-intercept and plugged it in.